To Live is to Tell, episode number 370. It's 3 p.m. on November 23rd, 2022. From the Studies of Arachne TV, Eleonora De Nardis, in connection as Sergio CUTRONA, magistrate. This is the TV program by Gioacchino, Onorati and Augusto Zucchi, in which the work is told through the voice of its author. And so, born in Milan, class 53, from a lawyer father and a teacher mother, he moved with his family to Marche, graduated in law in Padua, became a very young lawyer and then a magistrate. Since 2013, he has been president of the Juvenile Court of Umbria. He's always guided by a philanthropic, inclusive inspiration and support and protection for families, boys and girls, and inspiration that is reflected in its cultural interest, psychology, sociology, hypnosis, analogical communication. Today we will present his latest book entitled Direction, Happiness, Diary of a Spiritual Researcher, published by La Bussola. You are passionate about photography, computer science, history, economics, geopolitics. You love walking in nature, listening to Celtic music, traveling all around the world, an intense and a multifaceted man. If I say to you, meaning of earthly life, what does it mean for you?
Oh, this is a very important concept about which I reflected a lot. Because I can say that for my experience, the most part of people live without thinking about the general sense of their life. They just live, they go on, and they try to ignore that at the end of the life, we have a meeting. We have the last moment in which we will ask, we will wonder what was the sense of our life. So I think,
and what about your life experience?
Oh, I had a lot of experiences, like judge, like president of a juvenile court, and like a human being. So my human experiences taught me a lot of things. Taught me how much is important to understand not only the sense of my life, but also the sense of the relationships of our being on this earth.
We know that living is often also suffering, also pain. What do you think about this?
Yes, unfortunately, it is. Because people, unfortunately, live for the material things. They live just to procreate to themselves the goods, the material goods of life. So they don't want to try the happiness inside themselves, to perceive the reality in another way. They think that they can be happy if they got something new, if they got a new car, a new house, a new partner, something of material. And they always discover that this is not true, because they never will be satisfied of what they get. That's why I think we must change our point of view, our perspective.
We can say that your main passion are interpersonal relationships and also psychophysical well-being. And you try to write a sort of way to happiness. Writing the direction that everyone can follow. Is it?
Yes, Exactly, because I think that I can't teach anything. I just can indicate a direction to people. I suggest my direction because I profited of this direction. And now, after many years of life, I think to have become a better man than before. So I think that in this track, during this way, it was very important for me to change my approach to the relation with the others, because the most part of our happiness depend not by the material goods, as I was telling before, but by the behavior of other people. If we feel ourselves accepted, loved, we are happy and we are satisfied of our life. But unfortunately, we act generally without thinking about the reaction to the people to our actions. Then we just express ourselves in the relationships and are surprised if the people react in a different way from which we hoped.
In fact, in your career, during your job, you found often deviance, psychic discomfort. How much difficult is it to reach, but also how much important is to reach emotional balance?
The emotional balance is the first thing to be happy, to feel the wellness of in our life. So my effort was especially in this direction, to understand how to conquer and maintain an emotional balance. In my book, I describe many techniques to get this result. I try to do two things. First, to help people to get consciousness, self-consciousness about themselves. And second, I also give suggestions how to cultivate our internal equilibrium, because it's very important. And the last chapter is just a collection of these techniques that, in part, I found in the books, in internet, everywhere. But in the most part are my original techniques that I invented, making experiences, the experiences of the life. I tried on myself these techniques.
So a book that we can say a romance, but also an handbook to help others. Yes. Exactly as in your job during your long career. So thank you very much, Mr. Cutrona. We remember to all Direction, Happiness, published by La Bussola. Thank you for this interview. It was very, very kind of you.
Thank you to you. Bye.